I've always thought of myself as first and foremost a learner. As a teacher, I get to work in a place where I learn alongside my students every single day. I take pride in the fact that my students expect a lot from me as their teacher. It's because they know that I'm there for them. Nevertheless, I saw deficiencies within my own teaching and practice, and so I turned to higher education in order to find solutions. This I believe about technology and education. There is more to it than knowing what tools are out there. It takes time and reflection to fully understand how certain technologies can be used best for teaching and learning. I believe that the way to gain such an understanding is through the support of professional learning communities, where the power of sharing ideas and resources reaches its fullest potential. The power of a group over that of an individual cannot be ignored in a field like education. Our students depend on us to work together in order to build optimal learning experiences for them. This I believe about teaching. I now understand that as a teacher, I'm a designer. I don't consider teaching a job. It's more comparable to an art. Like art, teaching can be messy, but also fun and innovative. I've learned that through the TPACK model, I can design lessons that repurpose technology in effective ways which best match content with pedagogy. Ken Robinson once said that schools are killing creativity. A way I believe I can address this is through the process of design. One way to start is to create lessons that have a problem-based approach. That way, I'm giving my students opportunities to be more exploratory with the content and develop critical thinking skills. In addition to increasing inquiry in the classroom, it's important that I draw upon my students' backgrounds and interests to motivate them to meet educational goals. Along the way, students need to be formatively assessed by their progress in reaching such goals. Providing opportunities for students to also think metacognitively can lead to their sense of empowerment. Finally, when it comes to design teaching, I need to construct lessons where the objectives have relevancy to the real world. This way, kids are motivated and inspired to learn about something that they can feel is authentic and meaningful. This I believe about the internet. The internet, with its vast amount of resources, contributors, and fast-changing nature, is far from perfect. But you can call me a believer. I believe in its potential for doing good for society. For one, the internet gives teachers and students the opportunity to have discussions about important real-world topics such as copyright, audience, and digital literacy. Furthermore, the internet and social networking are both platforms for collaboration and meaningful dialogue. Creating an online community with my students will open them up to other perspectives and ideas. It can make the world feel like a smaller place. This I do not believe about my students, that they're unmotivated to learn or don't care about their academic success. I believe that that way of thinking is the easy way out. Instead, I believe that there are too many students out in this world today who are not being challenged, preconceptions are not being acknowledged, and their interests not being stimulated. Students need to construct new knowledge from their pre-existing knowledge. They need support with creating educational goals and guidance in tracking where they're at, where they need to be, and how to get there. They need to learn in a classroom that they feel safe in, and they know is accessible for all people to learn. They need their teachers to be mindful of their backgrounds, abilities, and knowledge. Teachers can address some of these needs by applying universal design principles to their content. These are principles that exist to support specific learner challenges, but when applied, benefit everyone's learning experience. While there is no denying that teachers are designers, what makes us different is our emphasis not just on the product, but on the process. With that said, I see myself as not just a teacher, but also as a scholar. I know that I can tirelessly seek ways to reconcile theory with practice. The defining activity of research and teaching is the search to know, as Bender and Gray put it. This gives further testament to the fact that as a teacher who thinks scholarly, I can also consider myself as a lifelong learner. This I believe about teaching, learning, and technology. You have to take risks if you really want to experience their value. I recently read a quote that stated, "If a student can't learn the way we teach, we should try teaching the way they learn." I believe in accepting the challenge to think about my lessons and my practice from the viewpoints of my students.